Hi, welcome to the HAV video log. Just sort of give you some tips for talks. So giving information to operators, a lot of people call these toolbox talks, quite appropriate really, because they're usually carried out nowhere near toolboxes, usually in a room with a projector. But that being the problem, projectors never really, or PowerPoints don't really I don't think anyway, get the message across when it comes to hand-arm vibration very effectively or efficiently at all in a lot of cases. Um, Physical demonstration is always better. Physical, always people laugh when I say that. But how do we demonstrate hand-arm vibration? Well, we can demonstrate blood flow in the body quite easily. And it's a great demonstration, and you'll see loads of operators doing it afterwards. You'll find them copying what I'm just about to do when you're not looking and being quite interested in it. How do we demonstrate blood flow? Put one hand in the air like that, and the other one down. Now, you might not be able to see it on the screen when I've finished, when I've completed it, but what you should see if you do it now, in front of the screen, everyone in the office will probably think you're mad if you're doing this, by the way. And bring both hands together, and you'll see a colour difference in two. The hand that was low down will usually be full of blood, as in red. The hand that was up will be pale, because the gravity is having an effect on pulling the blood out of the hand. Now, the reason this is important to demonstrate is it almost mimics the human body when it's cold. And what that does is, if you imagine your little blood vessels, almost like hydraulic hoses, or hydraulic hoses is a good example. When they're under pressure, they're stronger. And if we're taking all the blood out of them, we're actually taking the pressure out of them. So we're making these little tiny hydraulic hoses an awful lot weaker. So if we're putting impact on them and we're damaging them, we're actually going to damage them quicker if they've got no pressure in them. So what we want to sort of demonstrate to operators is why we need to maintain blood flow in the hands. And it's simple, sort of basic principles. Keep your hands warm, maintain the blood flow, because it's what it's all about. We want to keep that pressure in the hands. The human body is a funny old thing. When we're getting colder, it moves all that blood to the core, to the head, because that's what it wants to look after. And it almost cuts the blood flow out to these little things here. So it's really about maintaining the blood flow, almost tricking the body into thinking we're in a warmer environment. It'll keep the blood going around. It'll keep them little blood vessels under pressure, and it'll make them stronger, and therefore cause less damage. So use that as a demo. It's a great one. One hand up like that. Hold it for a few seconds. Bring them both together, and you should see a colour difference. You could see it on that one. Another great one to do is if you've got a room of people. Jack, come here. This is Jack. Some of you might have met him. Say hello.
Hey.
You're a bit too tall. You just get down a bit. Scratch down a bit. Right, so Jack, I'm just going to move this around. There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely more handsome. Right, we're going to explain how nerve cells work. So if you've got a group of people and they're next to each other, Jack's a nerve cell, and I'm the brain, obviously. We're going to transfer a bit of energy between us. Now, nerves don't work like light switches, by the way. We're not like big wires in our body where instantly the signal gets sent up to my brain and we figure it all out and that's it. Nerves are actually made up of millions of little cells. So when we send a signal, we basically pass the signal across like that, and then Jack can pass it back to me. There we go. And I receive the signal. So basically the signal skips along. Now, if you get a group of people sat around a table, get them to pass the signal on just by tapping the shoulder like that, not too hard, and the signal will just bounce. You can go now, Jack. When you actually pass that signal around, then you can see actually that it's not an instantaneous thing. Now explain then to the operators who are sat around the table, what would happen if we were moving you backwards and forwards like that? You wouldn't really effectively be able to pass the signal on to each other. You'd actually skip. You'd find that you were tapping the person who wasn't next to you, the person who was beyond you, or maybe even passing the signal back. Now, that's happening to your nerves, very layman's terms anyway. It's happening to your nerves in the body when we're actually under vibration, and that's why you get this tingling in your hands. It's your nerves' response to this frequency, this vibration. So it's trying to get people to understand, without just saying, wear gloves, keep your hands warm, limit your exposure to vibration, because people don't really understand that much. It's just like you're telling them what to do. Explain why. Vibration, the body's not designed to cope with it very well. And keeping your hands warm, it's simple, isn't it? Maintain the blood flow, keep your hands warm, but explain why you need to keep your hands warm, and explain why it causes more damage. I hope you enjoyed that. Use them things to your heart's content. Honestly, we don't mind people copying anything we do and putting in the Toolbox Talks. The more the merrier, because get the message out there, really. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll be probably back in a few weeks with another one. Cheers.